Hello, and welcome back to another podcast. We're both
Erika.
exhausted. I'm Gig.
I'm so tired. You guys saw my video from this last week? We made whipped coffee, and it was so stupid. You're supposed to put 2 tablespoons of instant coffee in. But we had like the little single packs of it, so I put in like the equivalent of 2 tablespoons, which was 6 packs. And then after we drank it all, we realized that 1 pack is equal to 1 cup of coffee. So we had 6 cups of coffee.
Between the two of us.
Yeah, but I drank way more than you.
Yeah.
And I never have caffeine because I can't handle it. Pardon me. Also, I'm still sick, so I'm sorry if you might hear a lot of like throat clearing and coughing. I'm really sorry.
It's weird because every morning I have mucus anyway, so it doesn't matter if I'm sick or not. I'm like doing the throat clearing. There you go. I don't know if it's because like I have allergies or it's just being a grown man, but
I also have asthma though.
Yeah, I do have asthma.
Maybe that has something to do with it.
Maybe.
Are you sensitive?
Yeah. Sensitive. I just wanted to say for a second quickly that like you're exhausted, I'm exhausted. I just worked a shift yesterday and finished at 11 p.m. But I'm doing surprisingly well. I do well when I'm tired. When I'm not tired, I feel like I have no direction and I don't know what to do. But then when I'm tired, I'm like, this is what I need to do. I need to do this, 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 and this. And I do get a little bit overwhelmed, but I feel like I have more drive and creativity to accomplish things. It's weird. I've just been like discovering this about myself over the last couple of months.
I'm not sure if I'm tired because of the like caffeine thing, you know, because I was pretty messed up. You were handling it pretty well, like at least like on the outside, outwardly.
Yeah.
But geez, I'm sorry. I thought I would be able to talk, but talking really like gets it going. If I'm just silent all day, like I feel pretty good. But anyways, I just had some water.
Drink some more water.
You were handling it pretty good, but I was like tweaking on the bathroom floor. I was just like sitting on the cold floor playing Animal Crossing to keep calm because like I already have really bad anxiety, and so having that much caffeine, like it was good when pardon me, when the caffeine was in my system, because apparently caffeine is only in your system for a few hours. But and like for like 6 hours I was good. I was like, I have so much energy, I'm gonna like edit, and I edited like most of my video and I was like super productive. And then I don't even know, I guess the caffeine left my system and I was just like shaking and like panicky, and like I could, like water would just go right through me. Like I looked online like how do you get rid of I'm so sorry, how do you get rid of caffeine like out of your body, and it said just drink lots of water. And I'd have to pee like 5 minutes later. Like, it was not doing anything.
That's because coffee is a diuretic. It makes you pee. Yeah. I was having that problem too. I needed to pee more often. And it was making me anxious. And I was feeling like the same kind of like withdrawal feelings in my body.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what real withdrawal feels like, but it was like pretty intense for the coffee. And I've done that once before where I've accidentally made way too strong coffee and it just kind of screwed me up for the rest of the day.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's what we're feeling now, because like it's also like at the same timing the weather has gotten really crappy, and then also like what's going on in the world is like taking a toll on everyone's mental health. It's, you know, pardon me again. And
the queen of burps on podcast.
I know, I get so nervous, I guess, and I always burp and I always bump the table and I get all spazzy. I don't know.
Also, if you hear a noise in the background, I think we've said this before, they're doing construction across the street, and it's like sounds like a building falling over, like metal retching or whatever, and like
retching.
I don't know, the metal sounds like it's
the
retching.
Metal's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be doing that for a long time.
Hopefully we can move.
That's the goal. When all this is over, we're moving.
Yeah.
Not because of the whole situation. Like, we're making it sound like we're getting out of here because of the virus.
Yeah.
But no, Canada's actually doing really good.
Yeah. Pretty good. Everyone's
where
struggling.
we are, BC is, we're like, apparently we're doing better social distancing than the rest of Canada. So
Yeah. Find this whole thing's really interesting. I've had a lot more free time. I've said this a couple times before. I'm pretty lucky. I got to save up some money before it all happened, so I'm okay right now. You know, I'm not freaking out.
Whereas me, like I said before, I was off work for a few weeks before the film industry shut down because I was sick. So now it's like I'm going stir crazy and I have no money. Like it feels so weird.
Mm-hmm. And so with this free time, I've been pursuing some things that I used to pursue. Oh.
When you forget there's laundry on.
Yeah. I'm pursuing some things I used to pursue, like, well, I made a YouTube video. I hadn't made a YouTube video in a couple weeks at least. I'm going to edit that and post that soon. I'm going to make another one. I have another one planned. But then I've been streaming on Twitch again, like, frequently and for longer periods of time. Because I used to do, like, 2, maybe 3 hours, and now I'm doing 3 hours, and then I'll take a break and I'll do another 3 hours, which I've been having tons of fun. And, like, shout out to Cody on the stream the other day. He gifted 19 subs and then bought himself a sub, and it's like not like a sub like a sandwich, but a subscribe to my channel. And it was like, I know that kind of thing doesn't happen all the time, and I'm not a big streamer. I don't have a lot of viewers. Like lately I've hit like kind of a milestone where I'll get like 10 or 11 viewers and I'll hold that for a little while, and that's like a big thing for me. And I'm just having fun playing games and chatting with people, and I've been playing more like interactive games, like we'll do the marbles on stream game, and I gave away some stickers, and then the person who won them decided that Cody, the guy who gifted all the subs, should get them, so he got them. There's one of the stickers. You guys
didn't know, Valuable Heart, yes, has stickers now.
Yeah.
They have 3 stickers, or you can buy them all together as a pack. They're very cute.
Thanks. Yeah, so it's been really cool and really interesting, like, kind of experiencing Twitch in a little bit of a different way and approaching it from a different place. But I'm having a lot of fun doing it and feeling proud of, like, investing time and energy into it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you guys feel like checking out my stream, I stream almost every day these days. I won't be able to do that forever, but I'm definitely going to keep up a regular stream. And yeah, twitch.tv/GigMorton. Mm-hmm. Check it out if you feel like it. Hang out for a good time.
The link will be in the description as well. Today we just kind of wanted to talk about, I can't think of words suddenly. My mind just went blank.
I could take over.
Oh, sure.
Today we wanted to talk about what we want to do when this is all over, when the COVID crisis is...
Oh my God, that was so loud.
That reminds me of Subnautica. Whoa. Anyways, apologize for the noise. What we'll do when this is all over, when the COVID crisis is kind of closing up and people can live their lives as normally as they can again. So Erika posted on her Instagram story a questions thing, and she asked, you know, what will you do when this is all...
What's the first thing you're going to do?
What's the first thing you're going to do? Specifically the first thing, I guess.
And the reason that we started thinking about this is... like, we started talking about things that we took for granted. Like, I was thinking, you know, all this time I wanted to go rock climbing. But I always thought, well, I'll wait until I have more money. Like, it'll always be there, you know, that type of thing.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, we can't go rock climbing now, right? Everything would be closed. It's, like, super unsanitary. And I'm thinking, like, wow, the first thing I'm going to do when all this is over is go rock climbing. Because, like, it's literally been years. It's been, like, 5 years of me being like, I want to go rock climbing. And then I never go.
Yeah.
And you were like, I want to go to Montana.
Well, I don't know. I get the thing about this, like, social isolation or social distancing, whatever it's called, is that I think it's great, right? I think people are learning a lot of things. I think people are like adapting in certain ways, like working from home, and I think that'll put a lot of things in perspective. But then the other problem is I'm hungry all the time and I don't know what to do about it.
And we used to eat out a lot.
Yeah. And we've gotten better at like, okay, we're hungry, we got to make a meal.
Yeah.
And we make it. But the problem is I'm hungry in 2 hours again. And I don't know why that is. Maybe it's just because I don't have anything to do or time is just flying.
I've heard that from a lot of people saying that, like, their boredom, like, thing to do is eat.
Yeah.
So, like, I think we're going to all come out of this fat.
Yeah.
So should I get into some of the things that people said?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So first thing is Chelsea Kuzo said, get an ice cream.
That sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's something about, and hopefully, it'll be warm weather when this is all over. Like, maybe it'll, like...
I hope it's, and sooner than that.
Sooner than that, but who knows, like, there's nothing that beats, like, going out on a hot day and getting an ice cream cone.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what she means there. Yeah.
That's true. I mean, the good thing is you can get ice cream from the store, although it's been pretty sold out. Like, when we went to get Ben & Jerry's, when this first started, like when social isolation or whatever, they first started enforcing it, we went to get ice cream, and there was none in Safeway. There was nothing there, and we were like, crap. So we were like going to other places trying to find Ben & Jerry's. We found some, but but yeah, it was like there was no ice cream left. It was like when people heard, they were like, okay, gotta get my toilet paper, gotta get my ice cream.
Yeah. And then people realized, oh, important things. Food.
Yeah.
And then all the pasta was gone.
Now it's back. I just bought some pasta.
Yeah.
But they actually had it on sale. I was surprised. I was like, everyone's buying it. Like, why do you have it on sale?
Well, because it would be illegal to up the price because everyone's buying it.
Yeah, but it was normal price before. So why is it on sale now? That's what I'm saying.
That sale that you got was happening pretty regularly.
Yeah, but
before.
that's not Shoppers Drug Mart. Like, people were trying to cancel Shoppers Drug Mart because they had toilet paper for like $16. And people were like, wow, they increased the price. It used to be $9.99. But that's not true. It used to be on sale for $9.99. And it was on sale all the time.
Yeah, that's Shoppers Drug Mart's like business model.
So they took away the sale.
Yeah.
And then people were like, cancel Shoppers Drug Mart. But it was like, they didn't increase the price.
Yeah.
The sale's no longer on.
That's like a bottle of men's shampoo, which you'd think is usually $3 or $4 at Shoppers Drug Mart. Like, I like Shoppers Drug Mart, not to drag Shoppers Drug Mart too much, but they will do like, they'll put it on for like $12 for a few days. And then they'll be like, it's on sale for $3 or $4. It's like, okay, that's not how you get people to like your brand and your business and come in and rely on you for the place to get it.
Because I'm like this too. A lot of people will go into a store and they'll see a sale sign and they'll buy stuff. It doesn't matter what the original, like, especially if the original price was higher. Like, if I went and I saw men's shampoo for $4, like, and it was originally $12, that's an amazing deal. I'm going to buy it. Even if $4 is expensive. Like,
yeah.
Like, maybe men's shampoo is, like, actually $2 in other places, right?
Yeah.
But I would still pay the $4 because the sale price is marked down so much.
Yeah, that's true. I have a thing about Shoppers Drug Mart because I felt like when there was a time when I didn't have much money and I needed things like shampoo, I would go there and I just feel like it was so ridiculously expensive. And I think that was like when I came back from living in the States and, I'm trying to be frugal.
Yeah.
And in the States, you can get men's shampoo for like $1 or $2.
Well, the equivalent of Shoppers Drug Mart in the States is probably CVS.
Yeah. And things are pretty expensive there too.
But not like... with the exchange rate, not the equivalent. You know what I mean? Like, if men's shampoo down there is $2 at CVS,
yeah,
then that's
almost $4 here.
No. At least at the time, it would have been like $2.50.
Yeah,
maybe $3.
Yeah,
so that's still cheaper than here.
Jeez.
It sounds like robotic dinosaurs.
Yeah, it does.
Anyways, enough about shampoo. Let's see. Ilaria said, take a walk outside and finally see the friends I haven't seen in a year. We take that for granted. She's in Italy right now.
Holy cow. Yeah, that sucks.
Because I think as soon as she got there, they, like, closed everything down.
Oh.
So, like, I'm guessing that she went there to see her friends. and now she can't see them because she's on quarantine, right?
Yeah. That's
but take
pretty
a walk
intense.
outside. Like, that's something, like, we can still do that. Something we take for granted, for sure.
Yeah.
Emily, Super Manatee, said, go to Disneyland.
Yeah, all the Disneylands are shut right now, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. But for that last week before they shut, there was, like, nobody there. And people were posting, like, I'm at Disneyland and the wait time is, like, 30 seconds.
Yeah. Wish I could have done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Daniel said, get on my bike and ride around Australia.
You're already doing that, dude. But I guess he means, like, do a cross Australia kind of trip. Because, like, yeah, you can stay in your neighborhood and run errands and stuff that you would normally need to do because you need, like, food and toilet paper and whatnot. But I think he means, like, travel a little bit.
Yeah. Imogen, the Hazel Witch, said, hug my parents.
Oh. I guess I'm feeling that a little bit too. My mom is working on the front line. She's an emergency nurse, and she's not in the town that we're in, and so she can't really come and see family, or go and see family that are even closer to where she is. And, you know, she's worried about getting her nephew sick. She's worried about getting us sick. So she's, like, pretty isolated where she is. So shout out to all the emergency workers and people who are on the front line right now. Last night, you can say
I was just in bed. I was like watching YouTube videos and feeling like I was about to fall asleep. So it's 7 p.m. Whatever. Don't judge me. And suddenly I hear cheers. I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I go outside. Like, are people cheering? I go out on the balcony, and, like, all the people on the other building next to us, you know, they're out on their balconies, and they're all cheering and banging pots, and the boats, like, they're all, like, doing their horns and stuff. And I, like, my eyes watered. I was like, man, I love it here.
At work, where I work across the street from a hospital, and there was, like, a line of probably, like, 30 or 40 emergency vehicles, cop cars and fire trucks, just sirens and horns and lights blaring going down the street, and then people who were on the street were, like, cheering and clapping and woo!
They started it. The West End started it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so every night at 7 p.m. in the Lower Mainland, we cheer for our medical professionals and the people on the front lines.
That's so good. We need to keep our morale up during this, because, like, I think there's, like, a split. People who are like, oh my god, this is so terrible, I'm feeling really depressed, and they really feel it, and then people are like, it's not a big deal. Which, it's kind of like, we need to have support and positivity to get through this, and look forward to the future of, like, we'll get through this. It's a bad thing, and there are, unfortunately, people dying, but we need to stay positive and get through it, otherwise, like, we won't.
It's going to be so detrimental.
It's going to be
on your
way
mental
worse.
Health.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a COVID group on Facebook. That sounds weird, but like a support group for everybody. There's like 25,000 members or something. Like, it's for Vancouver, and I've seen so many posts of people being like, I don't know what to do. Like, I just have panic attacks all the time. I'm so scared of getting it. Like, you know, and I think that's very real for so many people. You know.
Yeah. It's
terrifying thinking about, like, you know, there's literally people dying from it.
Yeah.
And now we've passed 600,000 cases in the world. It's getting scary. But the thing is, you have to not forget about it, not distract yourself from it necessarily, but try to distance yourself and know that, you know, if you're staying inside, or if you have to go to work, if you're, like, washing your hands, maybe wearing a mask and, like, not touching your face, you're safe. You know, as long as you're doing all you can do, you're safe. You're okay.
Yeah. Yep. Pretty scary. What's the next one?
Oh, my phone got closed. I hate that I have to, like, you know.
Look at it.
Go back to work. There's one.
Yeah.
First thing yeah. I mean, same.
Same for me too.
As soon as I can, I want to go back to work. I don't have any money.
Well, like, I'm fortunate. I do have a job that I can go to that is, you know, pays me.
Yeah.
But I don't really like working there, and working there puts me at a higher risk of catching COVID.
Yeah.
Like, I was working last night. I wore gloves and a mask all night, and sanitize things every couple of hours. And I mean, I had a coworker with me for half of the shift, and he wasn't wearing a mask. He did wear gloves at one point, but he didn't really seem as concerned as I was. And he actually like went and walked around the building. I didn't. I was supposed to, but I didn't. And it's just like, and I ordered food. Like, instead of going out and getting lunch, I mean, I don't even know if I would have been able to go and get anything, but I ordered food, got it delivered. That's the first time I've ever done that, like, in Canada, I think. And like, the guy called me, and, like, he came up to the door to give it to me, and I was wearing gloves, and he seemed, like, almost thankful that I was wearing gloves. He was like, oh, okay. It's like, you know, I watched the people drive by, the sirens and stuff for the celebration, and I'm like, thinking, wow, they're like, I'm at risk here, but they're way more at risk.
Oh, of course. They're literally in it.
Yeah. In contact with people who for sure have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone said, going to see my friends and girlfriend.
Yeah.
There are so many people who are completely alone. Like when they were told to social distance and quarantine, they were alone and they have to stay alone, you know?
Yeah.
For this time.
Not everyone is good at that. Like,
most people aren't good at that.
I'm fortunate that I like my own company and I can spend long periods of time by myself.
But you have me.
And I have you. But I've also had practice.
Yeah.
Because I mentioned this before. When I was living in LA, I had no choice. My friends were all busy. I'm not very good at going out and making new friends. I'm not someone who would just go to the bar and talk to people. Like, 'cause that stresses me out. And I had no work. I was supposed to be getting auditions, and I had none. So I almost had nothing to do. So I ended up streaming on Twitch and stuff like that. But there was long periods of time where it felt like this, where it's like, okay, I can't go out. I gotta stay in. I gotta, like, learn how to take care of myself again. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what a lot of people are going through right now. They're like, how do I take care of myself when I have nothing to do? Right? Mm-hmm. Like, it's almost like a different, like, you stop and you go, wait, how do I live? It's weird.
For me, it's like, okay, now I gotta learn to cook.
Yeah, it's not like you can just take cooking classes. I guess you could online.
Yeah, that's true. Your mom said visit you.
Aw. Yeah, back to the thing where she can't really visit anybody.
Yeah.
She's working every day in a scary environment. And the thing is, my mom has a master's in public health education. So she's, like, shaking her head and cringing at a lot of the stuff because people aren't learning. People aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing, which is...
And people are spreading misinformation so much, especially celebrities. It's like, if you don't know anything about what you're talking about, don't talk about it. Don't tweet about it.
Or don't feel like that you need to educate people.
Yeah.
Right? Because there are people who are professionals in public health education that are saying things. Yeah. You don't need to step up and join them if you aren't one of those, right?
Or share, like, stuff that's confirmed by the CDC or WHO.
Yeah.
Like,
directly
it's not that
from
hard.
them. If somebody sent you something and said, oh, I know somebody who works for the CDC or the WHO, don't trust it.
Yeah.
You got to verify your sources.
Mm-hmm. Someone said, go get coffee.
Yeah, that sounds nice. Like, there's not, like, you can drink coffee at home, but there's just something about getting a coffee. Like, I was lucky. I went to one of the only Starbucks that's open.
Yeah.
Because they have a drive-through, and the line was so long, but it was so nice to get, like, a coffee just prepared for me.
Yeah, that's the thing. In Vancouver, we only have 2 drive-through Starbucks. Like, in the States, there's so many. It's like almost every Starbucks you go to is a drive-through. But we only have 2, so they're probably super busy all the time because those are probably the only 2 that are open in the whole Lower Mainland.
Yeah.
Someone said play basketball.
That sounds nice. Someone was asking me on my stream the other day if I play basketball, and I don't. But now I want to play basketball. I was like, you know what? Shooting hoops sounds fun. Like, I don't know if I could play competitively, and I played basketball on the Buddies movies. Like, my character played basketball. But I was a kid then. I didn't know what I was doing.
Someone said go to the mall.
Yeah, the mall would be a dangerous place if it was still open. Mm-hmm. So.
Go to my best friend's house and hug them and cry.
Oh.
It's a mood.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Caitlin in probably 3 weeks, almost a month probably. I
Yeah.
think her birthday was the last time.
Yeah.
And it's so weird. Like, we try to video chat every day, but it's like, I don't know. It feels like, you know when you haven't seen someone in so long, and it feels like you haven't seen them, like, ever? I don't know. It's so hard to describe. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It just feels like it's been way longer than it has, I guess. Go to school, hopefully. I regret ever complaining about that.
Yeah, that's interesting. I was doing an Instagram live the other day, and I had someone on, Ava from London, and she was saying that she's just so overwhelmed that she can't do school, and she wants to do school. And I kind of understand that, like, as somebody who values education and, like, wants to do well when being educated, it's like, this is the worst time for people like that. Because you can't even try, you know? And in Ava's situation, she was saying all of her stuff's online now, but her teachers don't know how to teach online because that's not what they're used to, right? And I was homeschooled my entire life, so that's what I'm used to, and I had teachers where they had to know what to do. But it's like so different. People are learning what life would be like if they had to do different things like homeschool.
Well, it really shows you what, I don't know how to word this. How school is treated in different places. Because you see in the UK and in Canada, the vast majority of people are missing school. Like, they're unhappy that they don't get to go to school. And in the States, people are so overjoyed for the most part. You know, and that makes me feel like, what are you guys doing down there? Like,
Yeah.
that these kids are, like, so happy to be out of school, you know?
We're going to have a whole generation of kids who might not go back to school. In the States, at least. Right? Because when this is over, depending on how long it takes, like, if it's another year before everything's, like, really safe, which it could be, right? It takes a year, at least a year, to make a vaccine.
They've already started human trials, though, so let's...
In Canada.
And the
right?
U.S.
In the U.S. as well? I don't know about the
that's where
U.S.
they
I thought, oh, well, I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't listen to me.
Yeah, me neither.
But anyways.
We're just a podcast.
I've heard that it can take up to a year or more.
Yeah.
Right? So if that's the case, if that's how it ends up being, right? Because if one country creates a vaccine, it doesn't mean that it's safe for the other countries,
No.
because everyone has different regulations.
Yeah.
So if that happens, it might be even longer for the rest of the world to catch up, or our part of the world to catch up to the other part of the world.
Mm-hmm.
But we could have a whole generation of people in certain countries that are just like, screw this, right?
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Well, there's certain places that have already canceled the rest of the school year. Like, they're saying, okay, school's out until September.
Yeah.
Like, one of our provinces here in Canada did that.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something else? No, I can't remember what it is. I don't know. Oh yeah, Ryan said, eat food at a restaurant.
Yeah.
That's basically what yours was when you said, like, I want to go to Montana's.
Yeah. Get a big stack of ribs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it? Oh.
I want to go see my family. I want to see my grandma. I haven't seen her since Thanksgiving in October.
Yeah. I think it's best to try and look at this in the most positive way you can. Like, obviously, the majority of things that are happening right now are not good. Life is changing in not necessarily good ways, but like I said, I think working from home for a lot of people, because a lot of people actually ended up having that ability, right? Working from home.
Yeah, well, I just want to say quickly that a lot of people, like, would ask about, oh, can I work from home? And their employers would say, no, that's not possible. Your job can't be done from home. And now look at them. They're working from home.
Yeah.
So it goes to show how many professions you can actually do from home.
Yeah. And, like, how great it is that we have technology like Zoom, right?
Yeah.
Where not only can professionals use it for work, but friends and family can get on and hang out together.
Mm-hmm.
And oftentimes, like, I know this from being at times when we were in a long distance situation, it would be like, you feel good when you're on camera with each other, but then when you get off camera, it's like a huge drop, right? It's like you get down from a high, and it's like terrible feeling. but it's what we have, and it's better than the alternative, right? It's better than having to write letters.
I was
like,
gonna say,
good thing
I'm
we
just
don't.
happy that we have anything like that where we can
The
talk
internet.
to people right now.
Yeah, and it's like live, right? And like my friend Daniel, who lives in Australia, like we met on Twitch, and yesterday I was at work, and I was on my lunch break, and he was like, I'm gonna stream on Twitch. I've never done it before. So he was streaming on Twitch, and I was like walking him through the game, giving him tips and stuff like that, and it was fun. I was having a good time. It distracted me from being like paranoid about catching something or, you know, not feeling safe at work kind of thing. So that was amazing. That was like just so cool and lots of fun. And then I'm gonna stream on Twitch later today, and I know I'm just gonna have a blast just hanging out with people, chatting and playing games. Like I'm trying to like try different things on stream and just get more creative and entertaining, because this gives me an opportunity as an artist. And I kind of do like artist because I don't create as much as a lot of artists do. I'm trying to create more, but it gives me an opportunity to practice entertaining people, because as an actor I don't get the opportunity to entertain people very often because I'm going to auditions, and an audition, yeah, I might like entertain the casting director or the reader or the camera person, but that's 3 people. It's not the same as if I got the role, and there's no guarantee I'm going to get the role. Most likely I'm not going to. So I get to exercise my creativity and my entertainment ability and practice and learn things. This is me trying to like look on the positive side of things, right? And then, like I said before, you can kind of use this time to reflect on yourself. Maybe learn some life skills that you didn't have before, you've been wanting to learn. You're taking a course online for free from FutureLearn about nutrition, right? And you're learning a lot from that, and that's cool. It doesn't cost you anything. You have the time. So I think we need to look at some of the positives, even though there's terrible stuff going on.
And I don't know. I'm losing my. I'm so tired all of a sudden. I mean, I was already before, but now I'm like, I need to go back to bed.
Yeah. One thing I want to do that I might actually be able to do during this whole thing is donate blood, because nobody's donating blood, and
they still really need it.
They need it. It's an essential thing.
If they take away the weight requirement, then I really want to do it, because until you're 25, you have to like be a certain weight for your height, and there's no way I could get up to that weight. Like, it's ridiculous.
Everyone's different, right?
Yeah. But it's the same with, like, one of my friends is shorter than me, and the weight that she has to be is higher than the weight that I would have to be.
It's weird.
It doesn't make any sense. But apparently if you're over 25, then you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, because you're not an adult. You can't make your own decisions until you're 25.
Can you imagine?
Jeez, that would suck. But maybe we should wrap it up there. I thought this was a really good podcast. I had a lot of fun.
That's good.
Erika's super tired.
I'm only about to fall asleep.
She needs to go back to bed.
Yeah.
I'm doing surprisingly well. I can't believe how much energy I have right now, even though I am really tired. I have drive right now. I'm excited.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We don't have a charity this week, but Valuable Heart has some bomb-ass stickers. If you want to go purchase them, the link is in the description. As I said before, there are 3 different designs, and they are $2 each, or you can get all 3 in a pack for $5. So you save $1 if you buy all 3.
Yeah.
And there's also, we still have the shirts. There's, a few left, and get them while you can.
Yeah. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening. If you do feel like supporting the channel, check out Valuable Heart. But also, usually we feature a charity. We're not doing that these days because of what's going on. Pick something local that will make a difference for the medical professionals working on the front lines, and support them.
Local businesses as well.
Support local businesses.
They're estimating something like 80% of small businesses aren't going to be able to reopen after this. So
yeah.
Give them a fighting chance and support them. We've definitely supported our local food businesses instead of, a lot of the time we go to like big chains for food, but we don't need to do that. We're
They'll be fine.
Yeah, they're the ones who are going to be fine throughout all this. So.
Yeah.
Other than going to Starbucks, that's because no other coffee shops are open. They don't have any drive-thrus, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, we have our own YouTube channels. Check those out. I stream on Twitch. Check that out. Follow us on all our social medias.
Make sure to subscribe.
Yeah, and subscribe. Hit that bell icon and like the video.
Yeah, then you'll get notified for every post. But we do post on Sundays at 10 a.m. most of the time, unless we forgot to film a podcast. Then sometimes that's a little late, but
Yeah. And last but not least, feel free to comment and have a conversation with us.
Yeah, we love
we
talking.
both check it out every time and love to have conversations with you guys. And thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Stay safe.
Bye.